Hey guys, what's up? This is Alaska again. Just wanted to do a video here on Titan attacks. Over the course of the last couple of Titans, I've collected some data. You guys have posted some videos too, so I was able to kind of see the team structures that you had, and then also the tile damage that you're generating. So all that stuff's super helpful. Thanks so much for doing that. And we just keep getting hit with these blue and yellow Titans, so I figured that I would maybe post this video, kind of show how to structure a team in order to increase your tile damage, look at materials, crafting materials that you can use to slightly increase your tile damage as well, and then look at it from an overall standpoint of how many tiles you actually can connect in a turn and how much you can increase your damage based on the amount of tiles that you have. So structuring a Titan team, and this is from Zero and Anchor, and just moving on from that basically and reiterating what they said with a couple of new iterations, is the first hero you want to have is always going to boost your attack. This is big. So a Kirill or Xin, I guess she can boost your attack as well, but she doesn't heal. She'll remove buffs, which is good. But you know, typically putting like a Kirill or Bold Tusk, somebody in the first row that's not only going to boost your attack, but in Kirill's instance, it's also boosting your defense as well. And both of them, Kirill and Bold Tusk, are healing you at the same time. That's going to keep your team alive longer, which is the name of the game. You want to stay alive for the entire time so you can connect more tiles, obviously, and increase your damage. The second hero that you want to use is going to be a defense down hero. So if you look at attack up and defense down, which one of those is more critical in producing higher tile damage? It's defense down. It's just the way that the damage calculation works, that when you reduce your opponent's defense, if you reduce it by 30% and you also increase your attack by 30%, if you look at those individually, the decreased defense is going to produce more tile damage than an increased attack on your side. So the second hero you want to use is going to be Buddy or Grim, so forth and so on. And then the next hero, if you have one, is going to be an elemental defense down hero, like Evelynn. No other ones that are out. Frida's out right now. She's fantastic. I don't have her. I also don't have Panther. And then Guardian Jackal and Guardian Falcon are going to produce that minus 54% elemental defense down, which is then going to stack on top of the already minus 34 that's coming from Buddy, or if you have Wilbur, is minus 44%. So that'll stack. So basically the damage calculation then is going to reduce the defense first and foremost. Second, you're going to hit it with strong tiles, which is, in this case, you're using the elemental defense down, and then that is going to stack on top of what's already there and produce a little bit more tile damage, which is great. The fourth hero, it's kind of a mixed bag. I'm using Leanna here just because she's one of the only other green 5-stars that I have fully maxed. She has high tile damage and relatively high defense. And then the last hero you're going to use is the Wukong or Tarluk, and that's to get the exponential tile damage. So, you know, in this particular instance, is Tarluk better than Wukong? I mean, Tarluk, every single tile that you're going to connect is going to hit or connect against the Titan. That's fantastic. It's 160% max, whereas Wukong's 185%, and that's going to stack on top of any attack hit point or any kind of attack that you already have boosted, whereas Tarluk is that max. So if you have, you know, like a Kiona who has plus 45% and you've gotten hit a few times, then it's actually going to stop that calculation at 160 instead of getting a max on Kiona, who goes all the way up to 144% attack, and then adding Tarlux in. So, you know, looking at the two and all the numbers from the tile damage that everyone posted online, using Wu or using Tarluk, you're not getting a huge difference when you have all of the buffs lit up and you're connecting critical or normal tile damage with the team. You know, even with Wilbur on it and then 3 strong heroes, or if you're looking at, you know, 4 strong heroes and like Tarluk, you're not really seeing a huge variation between that upper end tile damage. And I don't really know if that's because they put a cap on any of these calculations or not, but basically what you're seeing is the upper end of this is basically about 3,200 damage for a critical per tile, but basically 2,700 to 3,250, 3,300 for critical hits, and then 2,000 to 2,500 for normal hits. So it's really critical, one, that you structure a team where you have your attack up, where you've got defense down. You've also got an elemental defense down if you have it. And then that other hero, if you can generate more attack boost, or if you can generate more defense for yourself, anything that's going to help you stay alive longer. If you can generate, something like Drake, I don't have him, but he's going to go ahead and blind, and that's the same thing that Danceburrow will do sometimes. But what this crazy spider monkey will also do is boost my defense and also mana generation, or just completely freeze up and drink some milk. So what you want to do is you want to try to stay alive, and that 4th hero is really just there to increase your tile damage and add one more kind of special that's going to help support your team staying alive. And then of course the last hero that you're going to use is going to be that hero that's going to, we call him the Tarluk, that's going to exponentially increase your tile damage. So in a nutshell, that's what you're looking at for team structure. The next thing that's going to help you are going to be the battle items. And so choosing the right battle items is pretty critical, not overusing some so that you can't craft them and you completely run out of materials, which is the problem that I'm having right now, specifically with time stops and tornadoes, as well as some of even like green banners. I'm running out of Firestone to be able to craft those. So just be conscious of what you're using and then what other alternatives there are, and maybe you might be flushing some materials to kind of swap in and out, month to month or whatnot, just to save some. But at any rate, when you're choosing materials, one strategy that I like to use is structuring those first 2 materials. The first one's going to be an attack down for the Titan. The second one's going to be a defense up for me. So doing an attack down and a defense up is going to basically allow the Titan to hit any one of my players, and it can hit any one of my team members twice instead of once. So I won't get one shot on that. So that's pretty huge for me. I'll roll between axe attacks and bomb attacks in the first slot to save some mats. Second slot's going to be dragon banners or turtle banners, and then depending upon those two, the next one I like using is going to increase my tile damage. So that's going to be these red banners. Something else you can use, obviously, are going to be the antidotes. That's going to help you counter some of the Titans' special skills, and really that's what it's about. You want to make sure that you're countering their special skill, and sometimes you can do that with like a Rygard or a Zim. Somebody on your team can actually counter the ability of the Titan and their special skills. So, putting some small mana pots in, that can help you as well. But basically what you want to do is structure these items so that, one, you can stay alive the longest. Time stops are great, but they're really expensive to craft, and then tornadoes are great too when you get a terrible board. Those have helped me out with increasing. I would say that'd be the number one thing that I use to increase my tile damage is a tornado. But all in all, what you're just looking to do is you're looking to decrease the attack of the Titan, increase your defense, or structure these so that you can stay alive longer. Revive scrolls are great, and these super mana potions are excellent. They're just really expensive to craft as well, but those can increase, you can basically from the get-go, if you have a decent board, you can increase your entire team's mana, and that's going to generate crazy Titan damage. So with all that said, kind of what's the practical application of all of this? So here's a couple of Titan attacks that I used and some things that I did during the attack that helped improve the total tile damage. So first off, just stunning, boom, that's great. Second, juicing up all the heroes that are going to decrease or are going to increase my tile damage. So hitting them with everything. And then when I connect those tiles, I'm looking at 2,000 to 2,800 per tile damage on this Titan. Later on in this same attack, I've got a green diamond. There's 9 total tiles that connect here. I've got all of my mana charged up, and the buffs are all active. And so that one attack's accounting for, a total of 20,000 hit points. And then here I'm lighting up blue. There's another 8 or 9 tiles that connect for another couple thousand. And that's just one individual blue hero that's delivering normal damage. This is another attack that's on a yellow Titan. What I want to show here is that I'm connecting 3 purple tiles, strong tiles, right up the middle. They're connecting for 1,200 apiece. Okay, 1,300. And really the only buffs that I have are attack up for me and defense down. I don't have the Tarluk, or if Wukong were out there, don't have Wukong lit up at this point. But I mean, even after all the prep and whatnot, what we're gonna find is sometimes we just get bad boards. So I went through and I counted, how many tiles that you actually can connect, strong tiles, against a Titan in a minute and a half. Looked at the videos that you posted online. I've looked at some of the ones that I've had for the last, few Titans. Basically, I'm finding 12 to 16 tiles is a bad board. If you can stay alive for the entire minute and a half, that is a bad board. Anything 16 to 22 is pretty average. We find that a lot, and usually you can get between 18 to 30,000 for that kind of number of tiles. Without trying to boost a whole lot. And then after that, 22 and above, I think I posted, I've got a video here at the end again, just showing that 65,000 hit, and that happened when I connected 28 tiles. So sometimes you get a bad board, but if you look at the end scores from these bad boards, so I've got one here where I post a 14,500. If I take that and I multiply it by, let's say, a dragon banner, if I kept that for the entire duration, what I'm finding is if you increase that by 30%, it's closer to 20,000. So you're getting about 18,900. And that's a big difference. So basically what you want to try to do here is structure your team and make sure that when you do have a good opportunity to get a lot of points, or if you're going to connect critical right up the middle, you're going to want to be in a position like I am here where everything's juiced, or I've got mana pots where I can actually juice the mana for my team. And then some of these hits that I post, it's like 3,000 or 7,000, where you just get completely annihilated the entire time and you really can't connect much as far as tiles. Maybe we can then dodge that a little bit, boost the attacks, and maybe take down a few extra Titans.